How's it going, everybody? Glad to see you guys are back for another video. This is my second one this week, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself, but we're gonna keep everything rolling with the inspiration, the motivation, the self-development, and a little bit of everything in between. So today I wanted to talk about a very simple idea that I utilize every single day to help myself get things done. And what I mean by that is that every successful person in life has some kind of action plan. They have some kind of ritual or habits, or they have some kind of game plan or schedule or something that keeps them accountable to their day-to-day lives and make sure that they can be successful by getting things accomplished, creating a calendar, creating a schedule, and that's what I want to talk about today. And the whole idea that I wanted to talk about is that tomorrow starts today. And what I mean by that is that whatever day that you have coming up, that day doesn't start when you wake up in the morning, it actually starts the night before. And what I mean by that is that if you truly want to create impact in life, if you truly want to create good habits, be successful, and get things accomplished, you've got to set some kind of template, some kind of outline for yourself the night before. You've got to create a game plan, okay? People who play sports, they don't create the game plan as they're in the game. They create it the day before, a week before, a month before, depending on how big the game is, right? And you got to do the same thing, and that's what I do every night. So every night around 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, right before I'm going to bed, I'll create a game plan on my action list, okay? And what this is a template that I utilize for the next day in order for me to be successful. So basically what I'll do is I'll create an action list, okay? Not a to-do list, not a to-do list, but an action list. And what an action list is for me is anything that I want to get accomplished for the following day. Any kind of errands I need to run, things I want to get done, like reading or recording a video or work or working out, anything that I need to get done that day, I put in my action list. And the reason I call it an action list and not a to-do list is because people don't want to do to-do lists, okay? To-do lists is like chores, right? Who wants to do chores? Who wants to take out the garbage or cut the grass? I certainly don't. If you do, great for yourself. You're a hard worker. But I don't want to do a to-do list. I want to do an action list, okay? And that's why I call it an action list. Create something a little more exciting, it's a little different, and I want it to motivate me. I want it to push me. I want to get excited about my day, and I want to get my day fully productive and get a ton of stuff accomplished, okay? And that's why I call it an action list. And so what do the night before? So I've done everything I want to accomplish, and I set it into specific time frames, just like a calendar, just like a schedule, okay? 6 a.m. I'm reading a book, 7 a.m. I'm working out, 9 a.m. I work for whatever it is, right? I schedule it out. And the reason why this is important is because in order for you to be successful, you've got to write down your goals. And we talk about this all the time with, when you create a goal, write it down, because it becomes real. It becomes something that you're going to be, more likely to stick to. And that is super important if you want to be successful. Before I show you guys exactly how I plan out my day and how I create my action list, I want to go over a couple of key details that I think are important to make this significant within your life. So the reason we create an action list, the reason why I do this is because if you have a goal, let's give your goal the analogy of a building, okay? Before a building comes up, there's a lot of things that have to go into it before then, right? You have to create walls for the building for it to become a building. Before the walls go up, you have to have bricks, right? And so your goal should be the same thing. Anything that you want to get accomplished, you've got to chunk it down into smaller size, right? And so let's just say, for example, okay, you've got a test coming up on Friday and you want to get an A on it, right? What do you have to do to, be successful in that test? Well, you have to study, right? You have to study a couple days or a couple hours or whatever it may be. So if you have a big goal, okay, something big and large that you want to accomplish, you've got to break that down into smaller pieces. And the best way to do that is, set yourself an action list. Every day, hit those marks, hit what you need to do, put yourself in a position to be successful in the long term and hit those little ideas. One of the most important things with creating these action lists or creating the schedule, whatever you want to call it for yourself, is that you've got to be efficient with your time. And what I mean by that is when you're going about scheduling the different tasks that you have during that day, make sure they make sense and they have a flow to them. What I mean by that is if you know that you have a certain errands that you have to run over in this part of town, then you've got certain things to do in this part of town, it doesn't make any sense from go to here, go back to here, then go back to here, whatever it may be. Create your plan, create your tasks around similar locations and similar events with similar people. That way there's a flow and it's consistent and they're not wasting time, traveling or doing just different stuff like that. So make sure that you are efficient with your time and you're scheduling things in an efficient manner. So real quick, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I plan out my day, how I create my action list so that I'm successful. All right, guys, so I went ahead and got out my phone because I want to show you guys exactly what I mean when I take notes. So go ahead and pull up the notes here. This is exactly how I write down my action list every day. And so, for example, tomorrow I know I want to work out. I know that I need to get my hair cut. I know that I want to read for an hour, record another YouTube video, edit the one that I'm currently recording right now, study some real estate. So those are some action items that I've created for myself tomorrow. And obviously you could go a lot more deeper than that. I don't work tomorrow, so I have a lot more free time. I'm definitely gonna get this filled up. But basically what I'll do from here is this is my template. This is what I wanna focus on. This is basically your rough draft. From there, I know that every morning I wake up at 5:15. 5:15 to 5:45, I prep my day. And what that means is, and this is very important, guys, when you prep your day, basically setting up everything that you need to be successful. So any kind of chargers you need, any kind of food you need to pack, anything that you need to be successful, make sure you take advantage of that. Get breakfast, whatever you have to do. At 5:45 every day, I'm definitely out the door. By 6 a.m., okay, it's about a 15-minute drive, I am at Starbucks and I'm reading. So I read for an hour. This is just kind of an idea of how it goes. I'm not gonna go through this, but this is exactly what you wanna focus on. What I do throughout the day is as I get this done, I'll go here, I'll take the little green check mark right here, and I'll just check these off. Get my workout done, great, check it off. I've got my hair appointment at 10:15, so 10:15 haircut. Once I get that done, I'll come up here and check it off. And that way, I'm always checking this and just keeping track of what I'm doing. And what this also does is this will also give me momentum and motivation to keep rolling. So I'll see these check marks going, and then I'll say, oh, great, I'm getting things accomplished. I'm doing things that I need to be doing. So this is just an example of what I do. Like I said, you can set this up however you want. Some people like to actually use a planner. Some people like to use a calendar or whatever it is. But this is how I do it, and this is how I start my basically my day the night before. So tonight I'll do the same exact thing. This has already kind of started for me, and then tomorrow I'll start checking things up. And this is how I definitely create a successful lifestyle. This is what a lot of successful people do. They have a game plan. They have something that they're doing to get successful. So this is just an idea for you guys. So that's an idea of my action list. Like I said, that's just how I create it. You can create it however you want to. If it's a calendar, if it's on paper, if it's on your phone, whatever it is. But the important thing is just get it down, get it written, and create that schedule for yourself so you can stay regimented. The most important thing with this, guys, and I cannot stress this enough, is this is only half of the equation, okay? If you write down your things and you carry out the actions, it's great. But at the end of the day, you have to audit yourself. Now, why is this important? Well, we know that anything that's on a to-do list or an action list or whatever you want to call it, sometimes it all doesn't get done, or sometimes it doesn't get done the way we want it to get done or in the most efficient manner. And so at the end of the day, at the end of the night, like right now it's 8:30, I'm about to do this for my day today, and I've definitely missed a couple things. I go back and I look at everything. Did I get everything accomplished? No, why not? Could I decided how I did things a little differently to make sure that I was efficient with my time? Was there something random that came up that was out of my control? And that's what I want to talk about as well, is that you have to be rigid in your goals, but you have to be flexible in how you get there, okay? And what I mean by that is that, I have certain goals or certain tasks that I want to get accomplished, but at the same time, there might be things out of my control that might pop up. A friend might need something, you get a flat tire on your way to work, you forget something, you called in to stay later of work, whatever, I don't know, whatever it may be, right? There are things outside of your life that can affect your day and that are out of your control. And so I want to make sure you guys understand that at the end of the day, don't get down on yourself if you didn't get everything accomplished, okay? This is a learning, this is a learning opportunity for you. So, things that happen outside of your control, they could affect your day. So be flexible in how you get there and audit yourself. Did you do everything that you needed to get done? If not, why not? And go back and, just basically have that coaching conversation with yourself and figure out, how can I make today better? What can I do tomorrow to make sure that I'm even more successful? And so that's the biggest thing that I want to leave you guys with today, is that once you're done with your scheduling, once you get done with your day, go back and audit yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know there's a lot of information, a lot of just random thoughts and things of that nature, but I hope you guys were able to follow it. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. Hit like at the bottom if you like this. If you have not yet, please hit subscribe, and I hope you guys can create your action list tonight for tomorrow so you guys can be more successful. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.